In this video, we're going to do a quick walkthrough of the initial setup of the Fluke 1736 power logger. This video won't get too in-depth in the details, it's just to get you up and recording. When you first turn on the unit, the screen that's going to come up, as you see here, is the meter screen, and you will see the change configuration button right here. I'm going to go ahead and tap that, and that's going to pull up the different configuration modes you can change in the unit. So the first thing we're going to come to is the study type. If you'll hit the Save Enter button, it's going to give you the choice between Energy Study and Load Study. Energy Study for your complete power recording for your kilowatts, voltage to current, and frequency. And then the Load Study for just a current load recording. So in this case, we're typically going to be doing an Energy Study. Hit the Save and Enter button again. Use the up and down arrows to scroll down. The power quality function is not on this 1736, so this is in an off state that cannot be changed. So it will stay in the off mode. Scroll down again to topology. This is the type of power configuration that you're going to be measuring. Right now it's on split phase, but if we hit save and enter, we get a choice to change that. So if you wanted a 3-phase Y or 3-phase delta, you can change that. It will also give you a little diagram of your connections for the unit to your power system. And in this case, let's make it just a 3-phase Y with the neutral. Hit enter and it's going to save that. And we're going to scroll down to the nominal voltage. Hit enter. It will give you a choice of different nominal voltages that you may be recording. You also have an option for a custom value. Hit enter. It will let you type in whatever voltage you would need. I'm going to use the F1 on this to cancel. Go back. And let's just say we're going to do a 240 volt. Hit enter and it saves it. Next is the voltage ratio. This is typically going to be left at 1:1. If you're doing some real low voltages or very high voltages, you need to make some adjustments on how it reads those. You can use a ratio for that, but typically that's not changed. Nominal frequency, obviously 60 Hz for the US, that can be changed to 50 Hz if needed. And at that point, the configuration of how you're going to be recording is in the system. Now we just want to hit the F3 button to go back to the meter screen. And we're going to go in and set up intervals for how long it's going to take and how long it's going to log. I'm going to hit the logger button. And this is going to pull up the different parameters of how it's going to be logging. We can change this. We hit the edit setup button. And we can go through and change the different values here. So the name is the file name. So when the file is saved, that's how it's saved. The unit gives it a number automatically. If you hit the save enter button, you can change that to whatever you might need it to be. Or you could leave it as is if you'd like. Let's go use the F1 button to go back. Then duration. This is where we tell it the length of time we're going to record. 30 days, 1 week, 1 day, 1 hour. You can change that. You can make a custom time if you need to. If you need, say, a day and a half. Let's put it at 1 week for this. And at this point, you can also set a start, time, and date if you want it to automatically start at a certain day and time. If you don't want to manually start it when you get to your site, you can go ahead and pre-program this to start at a specific time. We're going to leave that at 1 week. Next is the calculated averages, how often the averages are calculated. In this case, we've got it set for every 5 minutes. You can also change that down to 1 second if you'd like. Just keep in mind, the faster that happens, the more memory you're going to use up. For 1 week recording, we're still good on memory though. The recommended is 1 minute. We'll put it at the recommended. And then demand interval, that's calculating the demand of the system, set for every 15 now. But again, we can change that to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, 30. 15 minutes is the standard for doing any kind of power load or demand study. We'll leave it at 15. Energy cost, you can put it in cost per kilowatt hour, whatever that would need to be. It will actually calculate your estimated cost for the kilowatts used during your recording. I'm just going to leave it at 1 cent. And then the last thing is the description. Here you can give it a description of what the panel is or where you're recording. If it's at a substation or a panel A, panel B, that type of information. Just hit enter. It'll give you a keyboard touch screen. You can type in whatever you'd like that to say. And once you're finished with that, you're done with the logger setup. You can hit F4 for done. And just go through and make sure everything is correct the way you want it. And now it's ready to start recording. Hit the start logging button, and it is now logging. You're going to see the power button flashing, and that does mean that it is recording. If we were connected up to a power system, you would actually see the energy information scrolling along here. And just to double check, you can use the F function buttons to look at your voltage. See it in a graph, table, and look at your power. So that's just a quick check to make sure everything is recording as you need it. And that's the quick and simple setup for the Fluke 1736. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more technical content like this. JM Test Systems. Test equipment made easy.